I'm 45 and I started playing tennis in March 2026. So this is week 6 for me now, and I keep coming back to the same question. When does this actually start to feel like something I can rely on? Because I think that's the bit I didn't expect. Not just how hard it is, but how unpredictable it is. Like one day something works and the next day it doesn't, and I don't really know why. But at the same time, I start to notice something else this week, something slightly different, because I played a doubles match, first proper one where it felt like it meant something, and we drew 1-all. And I've been thinking about that a lot, because it wasn't perfect, far from it, but it felt like something I was a part of, like I could actually stay in the rally, contribute, not just survive. And I didn't expect to feel that way this early. And then I went to the beginner's social at David Lloyd Sunderland, and again, it's strange because you're surrounded by people at a similar level, all figuring it out, and it kind of removes that pressure of needing to be good. And I think that's when I started asking myself, is this actually about getting good, or is it about something else? Because I've done things before where the goal was clear, run faster, lift more, push further, but this feels different, this feels slower, less obvious, and maybe that's why I'm enjoying it more, because I'm not chasing a number, I'm just trying to understand it. And I think using the Pongbot Pace S Pro has proved a big part in that, because it keeps bringing me back to the same situations. And I think this week especially, I started noticing how much decision making plays into everything. Not just hitting the ball, but choosing what to do with it. And I didn't really think about that at the start. I thought it was just about getting it back. But now I catch myself hesitating, half committing, changing my mind mid-shot. And I don't know if that's progress or just awareness, but it feels like something. And then I started thinking about everything else I've done, running, hiking, multi-day walks. And those are quite simple in a way. You just keep going. There's a rhythm to it, a flow. And I think I expected tennis to feel like that. But it doesn't, not yet. It feels broken, stop-start, uncertain. And I think that's where it's become interesting, because there's no rhythm to that unless you create it. And I think that's something I'm starting to realise. You don't wait for things to feel right, you build towards it. And even in the gym this week, I was focusing on strength, and it made me think about the idea of longevity, because I'm not doing this for now, I'm doing this for years. And I think that's what changes your approach. You're not rushing it, you're not trying to skip steps, you're just building something. And I keep asking myself, what does progress actually look like here? Because it's not obvious, it's not linear, it's not even consistent. But then I go back to that match, drawing 1-all, and I think, maybe progress just looks like playing. Maybe it's not about dominating, maybe it's just about not falling apart. And I think there's something in that, because at 45, starting something new, you're not trying to be perfect, you're just trying to be better. And even in the mix-in beginner's session, there were shots that felt completely wrong, late, awkward, off balance, and then there were a few that felt right, not perfect, but right. And I think that's a big thing, these moments, because they feel different, they feel like something you could build on. And I don't know if that's how it works long term, but right now, that's enough. And I think there's something quite powerful in that, just doing something for the sake of getting better, not for the outcome, not for the result, just because you're curious. And I don't think we do that enough, especially as we get older. Everything becomes a bit more calculated, a bit more controlled, and that just strips things away. You're just there figuring it out. And I keep wondering, if more people my age felt like this, would they start something new? Or is the fear of being a beginner too strong? Because I get it, it's uncomfortable, you're not good, you don't look good, but at the same time, it feels like something important, something that reminds you that you're still capable of learning, still capable of improving, still capable of starting again. And I think that's why I want to keep documenting this, because I don't know where it goes, I don't know how good I'll get, but I do know this week felt different, not dramatically, just slightly. Maybe that's how it works, not big changes, just small shifts. So I don't know if I'm starting to feel natural yet. Probably not. But I think I'm starting to understand what that might feel like. And maybe that's the first step. So if you're at the same stage, trying something new, or thinking about it, or you're in that phase where you're not quite sure what makes sense, let me know in the comments and follow along. And let's just see what happens from here.